guess we should stop talking about that and get to the battle, though. Do you want the Greenskins or the Skaven? I won't assume.
I'm going fluffy rats because they want to be cuddled. So front line of Skaven slave spears with two clan rat spears or one, two, three clan rat spears with shields. Okay, was one of 3 poison with globadiers. Right, there isn't a 3 poison with globadiers. The Nanibubos sharpshooters, great unit. Like one of them is good, and the other Warblock Chisels don't always pay for themselves, but these ones are really good. 2 units for Ratogers with the Berserking Pit Fighters of Hell's Deep, and I think the 2 units of Wolf Rats. Oh, the regular version, not the poison one. Interesting. I don't really know what they. Is it because they won't be magic damage, maybe? Oh, I'm kind of confused by the choice, not going for poison, but
Maybe it's
okay.
Savage Orc counterplay. I'm not sure, but yeah, I generally think the poison's more useful.
And except against Empire, I'd say Empire is a good matchup for the regular ones.
Well, the armor piercing is very helpful in some scenarios.
Yeah, but against Greenskins, they don't have that much armor most of the time. That's why I'm thinking about that. And then you have for the hero core, so that's all that left. Black Priest with the Vermintide, the Black Moon Summon, a Packmaster, Hero Packmaster. I think is a good choice against Greenskins. It's mobile, and it's Broodwalker, and it causes terror. So Packmaster and the Broodwalker with just I don't know the name yet of his ability. The running with the pack, regeneration effect, and you have Throat the Unclean on his Broodwalker also with, of course, the summon of Ratogers, his AoE, bonus versus charge, and immune to psychology, and his healing. His like little what's the word, regrowth effect that you can do twice again. So there you go. That was a nice Skaven army. I mean,
It is.
nothing really to say. Oh, the positioning also on top of the hill for like maximum use of the boobos, and they are back on a cliff, so there won't be any attack back against their back, and even going on the flanks is gonna be difficult. So the position of the Skavens is gonna make it somewhat hard to get to their back line effectively.
Yeah, no, I think the Greenskins will have to be very careful and think out the approach. I think there's some ways they can approach us where the line of fire can be impeded from the Natty Boo sharpshooters, but it's going to be a tough approach. This could be painful for the Greenskins. And speaking of the Greenskins, starting with the infantry here, we're going to have 2, 3, 4, and 5 units of just regular goblins. We're then going to be seeing, what is this? Goblin Wolf Chariots, 1 unit of them, 2 Forest Goblin Spider Riders, 4 Forest Goblin Spider Rider Archers. We're going to have the 8 Peak Loonies pushing out. We also have Stone Trolls acting as kind of like the core backbone of the Greenskin army, and we're going to have 3 of them. Now for the leadership, we have a Giant River Troll Hag with Purple Sun and aspect of the Dread Knight. Indeed. Going to have that overwhelming odor as well. And then we have Grom the Paunch walking lackadaisically into battle with Lucky Banner and Language of the Boys for that ITP in combat. Now,
Also, just look at the Nani Bubo's fire. Like, usually it's purple, but with the reflection on that map, it's actually a really nice looking blue.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just in love with that, with these colors.
No, I go off on tangents about the colors of maps too. I personally like MP Alpine Ridge a lot. It's one of my favorite colored
I
maps.
agree.
But this one,
No,
you're
actually,
absolutely right. This is going to be a regular map from now on. I like this map a lot.
Yeah, the question I have is about, so what I do as Felkon, maybe, but like, again, who am I to give advices to Felkon? But the thing is, like, he has some skirmish cav, and the Bubos have limited range, right? Like, they can't, so, like, right now, what is Han Samurai doing to like, really do the attacking role? His multi-entities are retreating. He can't, like, the Nani Bubos are not, like, real artillery, so they don't have that much range. So they
Yeah.
can't force the enemy in completely. So you have the cav advantage. You can like, yeah, both sides are waiting. It's a dangerous gambit, but you can try to out skirmish with your Goblin Force Spider Riders and force the Nani Bubos out, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, because it's kind of like both players need to fill the attacking role, but right now Skaven has the upper hand there simply because they outrange anything that
Yeah.
fulfills the attacking role for the Greenskins.
I mean, I
So,
think the idea of Felkon might be to just send the AP loonies in the front. No, he's changing his opinion on them. Okay.
yeah, I think
Now,
that would be a mistake just because, like, the Poison Wind Globes would be able to delete them so quickly. Or just really
yeah.
anything. But
And
I
that's
don't
also
know.
the attacking rule for the Skavens, so
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, I'm not
a
super
better angle.
concerned right now as it's clear to me that Felkon is repositioning. You know, he
Yeah,
is maneuvering his entire army around and I think trying to just
I
get a more surrounded attack. So,
Oh,
and
there is a charge from the Packmaster and the Hounds
I
with
mean,
Trot. Are they trying to delete the 8-pick loonies? Like, if they can bring their elves down so they can't do their fanatics, that could be a decent play, since there is almost no support around them.
no, I mean, at this point, I think they're in a position where they could potentially kill off some of these stone trolls. They only have goblins around them, and you have wolf rats and a packmaster and Throt, who I think will be very good at killing off models here. But both players playing it very cautiously, and I think Skaven playing it wisely and not wanting to give up this very nice position on the hill.
Now they are able, like their boobos are gonna be able to shoot as much as they want. They might want to retreat now because the enemy is getting in range of the boobos, but yeah, very slow start on both sides. I think they took the right course of action, both
Yeah.
of them. Not rushing too much, waiting to be in position. Grom needs to be somewhat careful because he's against like high, very hard hitting, really fast single entities with Felkon on the Backmaster. So he
Yep.
needs to be a bit careful.
And they also have regeneration and terror, and like yeah, he can't. This is an army that's very very dangerous for Grom to go against.
Yeah, and they are pushing on one side with Felkon, Frank Overload on the right with a lot of range, and now the two giant river troll hags are just pushing through, not a care in the world, going after the Poison Wind Globadiers. And I mean, the Globadiers are important there, so...
Yeah, poison. I mean, the Force Golem Spider Riders getting into the back line too. Some Clan Rat Spears intercepting, luckily, but on the charge they knock them back, and then they just continue forward.
Great. Yeah, and now the Bubos and one unit of Poison Wind Globadiers and soon a summon are gonna try to save them. But yeah, the Poison Wind and Bubos were in a dicey position for a second.
I also want to take back everything I said earlier, and like I think the regular Wolf Rats against Force Goblin Spider Riders actually do much better. Oh no, they're running into the Purple Sun! Pulling out at the last second. Oh, that was a vicious Purple Sun.
Yeah, and it was so beautiful once again.
Oh, it's one of my favorite spells. It's a very nice spell.
Yeah, I use it so many times. Besides Sam Burning Gate, my second favorite spell.
But yeah, I mean, right now the Greenskins, their skirmishers are staying in the front line, but unlike in an earlier battle where we were criticizing it, I'm okay with it because it's kind of like they want to stay behind the Greenskin front line, which so far has done a good job of protecting them. But now the Wolf Rats are coming out.
Yeah, but one of the units of Rat Ogre is broken, the summon has been used, and the Wolf Rat will lose that battle. The Wolf Rat will lose, yeah, they lost. Yeah, they lose there.
And now you have reinforcements coming in, full health stone trolls diving to support Grom.
Yeah, and the Packmaster is struggling right now. He needs to escape, and he did. There you go. Okay, now he's gonna be able to regenerate a bit. Maybe even Throt could regrowth him in case of need. And once again, some Force Goblin Spider Riders managed to squeeze in the in the back line and stop the Bubos and Poison Wind Globadiers to shoot once again. They're gonna get terrified.
And I just love seeing that micro on display, you know, like, just goes to show, like, even in a corner, you know, with some good micro and pressure points being applied, you can sneak somebody into the back lines to get some work done. And Greenskins just really taking this high ground from this Skaven in a left flank, right flank flash, and just kind of moving counterclockwise and rolling up the line.
And now the Plague Priest is also routing, so no more summons, at least temporarily, and Grom is just gonna escort him to the exit and kill him probably in the process actually. And the Bubos can't shoot anymore, they're probably gonna die. That unit of Poison Wind Globadiers probably is gonna down, and the Packmaster and Throat by themselves will lose to that many trolls.
Yep. They need a lot of support right now, and they are not getting it. And looks like the Skaven, Skaven are going to be sent packing as the Greenskins win here.
Yeah.
That was like, I was kind of concerned for Felkon's army there on the initial approach, but he did it really well, and I have to say, like, I'm really glad he took the time to push all the way out here and then approach from this side of the hill. Because honestly, that angle is the best angle for, like, at least, like, you know, the Forest Goblin Spiders and stuff to avoid incoming fire from the Natty Boo Boo Sharpshooter. Just because of how steep it is, it means they're not going to have an easy time getting shots off. So,
yeah, no, definitely.
You think he just approached that expertly, and some good micro, he was able to pry open the box?
Yep. No, I completely agree. I think that was like masterful play, and I mean that's what we expect from Felkon at this point. Especially against, like, I mean, he's not fighting a nobody. Okay, it's not me this time. It's Samurai.
Wow, so humble.
But I mean, the thing is, like, there is so much, like, the stone trolls won't get terror routed, probably, maybe one of them will, but like with the two hags and Grom around them, that's just too much support around them for terror rout just yet.
Yeah, Poison Wind Mortars are trying to throw in some supporting fire, but Packmaster shattered. They're gonna rout. Sorry, what was that?
It's over. I was just saying it's over.
Oh yeah, no, it's over. They're out of here. And
how did the games go? Well, I played on Slan Gold one game against Felkon, and it was a humbling experience.
For Felkon.
For Felkon, obviously.
Obviously, yeah. He's trying to regain his dignity in this battle because of how bloodied he was left after Happy Puppy. But Poison Wind Mortar is getting some good damage, but Happy Puppy, like, do you see these stone trolls?
Yeah. No, definitely.
Man, I don't want to give him too much credit.
I think it was... And I think it's good that Felkon proved that high ground cliff, kinda, was... I mean, it's possible to pry open if you don't rush, like, head first, like, just front line. You have to turn around and attack from the side, but it definitely is possible. Felkon just did it, so yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
And the colors.
People overestimate, you know, having your back against something, and as Romulan said towards the beginning of the battle, I think it was him at least, you know, they have no way to get rear charge, but they also have no way to retreat. So it's a double-edged sword, and like in real battles, it's usually not a good idea to have your back up against something impassable. You want a line of retreat, and especially with the Skaven, a faction that I think very much relies on the route regroup cycle of the mid to late game. It can backfire. There's nowhere for them to go, and everywhere they route, they're getting hit by greenskin units. So
I agree with Tank. I still think Poison Doggos would have done better there, but because, for example, the what's armored besides Grum, but they won't kill Grum. The only thing that's armored is the stone trolls, but they have like 70 armor, so you don't really need that much armor piercing, and they also have magic resistance.
Yeah, like 30% magic resist.
So
yeah, I'm trying to see, because like the only thing I could see them being useful for, and I agree, is like the Forest Goblin Spider Rider's armor isn't that high, but maybe. But I think the poison counteracts even that benefit.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting build. But I agree.
I'm not saying that Hans' build was bad. It's like the one thing that I don't think it would have I don't think that the dog choice changed much in the battle. It's just a nitpick.
It is interesting. I mean, and also just the triple Poison Wind Globes. Like, I would have liked some longer range here, especially given the size of this map and the deployment. But then again, maybe he wasn't super familiar with the map. I know I wasn't. But it does seem like a map where it's like a warp lightning cannon, for instance, might be pretty useful. Because it did, just like you were saying, you know, the Natty Wee Wee sharpshooters are great, but they don't have super long range. And it just kind of felt like the Greenskins were able to, unmolested for the most part, get into the position they wanted to before the attack. Whereas an artillery mortar, something would have pressured them to maybe make a mistake.
Yeah, and if you look at the kills, yes, it's impressive, but I think most of the deaths on that the Poison Wind mortar, Poison Wind Globadiers did was on goblins. So yes, it's a lot of numbers, but that's not that much value.
I know Tomb Kings are your main. Do you want them again, or are you trying to spice it up?
No, I like being comfy with my skelly boys. So you have a front line of skeleton spearmen, 2 units of Tomb Guard with halberd, the Kepra Guard. The Kepra Guard is such a good unit. So the Kepra Guard, so I mean, somewhat sturdy. The 3 units of Tomb Guards and the Kepra, counting the Kepra Guards, that's pretty nice. two kitties, but one of them, it's the Tomb King. It's not Cetra. It's just the Tomb King with his armor thing. He's harder to kill when he has less than 50% HP, again 22% physical resist. They also
it's actually, sorry to interrupt, it's a damage, it's like a ward save.
Yeah, what did I say?
You said physical.
Physical, it's not physical, yeah. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Sorry, I just want to make clear, it's like all types of damage.
No, definitely. A Necrotech to heal one of the kitties, 2 units of skeleton horseman archers, and a Lich Priest of Death with just Spirit Lich. There you go. Spirit Lich would be decent if there was, for example, Carians. They can do good against that. And of course, I mean, against dinos, the issue is dinos have enough HP that this doesn't impact them that much. They can take the beating because they have big HP pool, but a tic-tac-toe or some pterodons could lose a lot there.
Wow, that's actually, holy cow, that Spirit Leech, yeah, you're absolutely right. It'll be so much more viable because there's no way to heal any of these people. You have a Saurus Scarvet, a Skink Priest, and tic-tac-toe. Spirit Leech, that's going to be vicious here.
Yeah, also 3 Carians. I didn't talk about the 3 Carians, but Carians are great at dealing with dealing with Pterodon. If they catch them in melee, yes, they will beat them, but also, I mean, with the poison, they might struggle to do that, but it's okay. At least they can make them shoot at them and run around aimlessly for the whole battle instead of dropping their rocks and shooting at important targets.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely right. This Tomb King army, to me, has a lot of potential in this matchup so far as I see it. But time will tell, and let's go ahead and cover this Lizardmen army, whose front line will be 4 Skink cohort. We're then going to have some Saurus warriors with spears, so Saurus spears, and then we have 2 Saurus warriors shields in the center. Feral Cold Ones going to be holding up the back line there with that armor piercing damage. And then we love that. Say what?
I love that. Having 2 Feral Cold Ones, I mean, they are a unit you don't see much, and they have a bit of a bad rep, but they actually can pay for themselves. Like, on 1 good charge, they can pay for their 450.
Oh, I think they're wonderful, and they're just like a force multiplier. You throw these guys in, they give you mass, and for 450, that's really cheap. So you get mass, armor piercing, you throw them on top of a Skink cohort who's about to get charged by Cav or something, and suddenly, boom, that Cav is taking a lot more damage than they were planning on taking because of that AP. So I think they absolutely have a good place in the meta for their cost. Going to be seeing 2 Feral Stegodon Spirit Leech on top of them.
Interesting.
I mean, it's going to kill models, and those Feral Cold Ones do not have a lot of HP. They're very much glass cannons, and I think, you know, maybe Han Samurai recognizing that they could, rampage and just come to their suicide. Then we have the Skink Priest of Beast, Manticore Summon, Flock of Doom, Tic-Tac-Toe up in the air, just looks like his bomb. And then the 4 Pterodon Riders, which I think I said, and that rounds it out.
Did you talk about the Feral Stegs?
Yeah, I mentioned the 2 Feral Stegodons are in here. I feel like I missed a Lord. There's a Priest. Oh yeah, Saurus Scarvet. That's what I forgot.
You talked about the Saurus Scarvet. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. But what do you think of this play? I mean, Carrion just making a mad dash after the Pterodon Riders.
Tic-tac-toe. Like, that's something you don't hear every time, but the fact that there is tic-tac-toe, that is... Yeah, Spirit Leech on and Pterodon Riders is, I think, a way better choice than the feral gold ones.
100%.
Because Pterodons are such a nuisance. But look at the damage. So Pterodons will take a long time to kill Carrions. However, Tic-Tac-Toe, it can kill models a bit more reliably. It will make them, like, it will make things quicker. Oh, that unit of Pterodons could its end, though. Yeah, it's
Nope.
already broken out of the pack, and that might be the end of that one.
Yeah, here comes some Manticore summons looking to maybe try and make a difference, and the Carrion are going to abandon the chase. It looks like they are going to lose one Carrion completely.
Yeah, but one Carrion for one Pterodon. I mean, I
Totally
take
fair.
that back any time of the day. Oh, there is a
Yeah.
Stegodon that just went in there, where the kitties were kind of out of position for a second. So,
Oh wow, it's going right after the Necrotect.
I mean, it has anti-infantry and a really good charge bonus, so it could kill the Necrotech.
Yeah, look at the damage. He's down to close to a third of his health is already gone, but now the kitties are coming in.
Yep. And another Spirit Leech on the Pterodon Riders. Good choice there. Good choice. Yeah. Kitties without the anti-large because it's not Law of Neakara, so... Oh, and the Manticore going after the Necrodac. Yes, she really trained to kill the healing. Yeah, no more. He's gonna dissipate now, so no healing for the kitty. That's actually good value there for that summon Manticore.
No, that was insane value right there. Just like, even if the Feral Stegodon goes down, which we'll see if it does or not. I mean, it's kind of in a rough position given all the Tomb King infantry that's coming in. But the front line of the Tomb Kings looks like it's about to break happy. So I'm not sure if we're going to see the Tomb Kings even have a chance to capitalize on it, as Cetra is now plugging the gap in the front line. Or sorry, not Cetra, Tomb Prince.
Yeah, and also the Kepragar just got bullied by the Feral Feral Stegodon. Yes, Kepragar is solid against other infantry and even somewhat against range, but like Stegodons have such a good charge bonus and such mass. Oh no, there was a Bastillodon. That wasn't crazy. I mean, they just annihilated that 1,300 units? Something like that. It's really expensive. Maybe not 1,300, but something more than 1,000 units of infantry.
It's an expensive unit, and it always hurts to see it go down that early without really getting its value. I guess we'll see how it did against infantry in the post-battle screen. But that Ancient Stegodon getting the MVP role right now, as far as I'm concerned, murdering the Necrotech, murdering the Kepraguard, and just like still charging around, occupying so much time.
Yeah, and also, like, you really wanted your Kepraguard to deal with the Court of Sotek, because Court of Sotek is such a pain to deal with for Tomb Kings. It has poison, really good stats, it doesn't die because it's unbreakable, it has frenzy all the time, and also it can stop, like, it can literally refuse to die. So the Kepraguard is great at dealing with that unit in particular, where the Tomb Guard with Halberd will actually not fare, like, not be cost effective at all in that engagement.
Yeah. I think they're going to lose that engagement. I mean, the Ushafti summon helping somewhat, though. And the Court of Sotek does look like they may go down, but it's all about how much longer this Ushafti summon has left, because they're the only things holding it together right now.
And I mean, the Ushafti summon, I mean, that's just a testament of how good the Court of Sotek is, that you use your Ushafti summon, you only have one of it. And what is the target you choose to go for? The Court of Sotek. I mean, and I'm not saying it's a bad choice, I'm just saying because it's such a pain to deal with. They are value city against the Tomb Kings.
Well, yeah, like 400 HP with 55 models left.
Yeah.
Or wait, no, I lied.
No, 11.
11 now. I was looking at kills like an idiot. But rear charge coming in on the Tomb Kings with the other Feral Cold ones, who we haven't seen much of since the beginning Spirit Leech, but now they're making their presence known and getting value across the board. I mean, the Lizardmen army here just seeming to really come into its stride after about the 2-3 minute mark.
And it's gonna be tough to kill. Like the Saurus Carvet also, it's gonna be. I mean, it can be beaten by the Titans, but it will bring. I mean, lots. It has like 380 armor piercing, mostly armor piercing damage, and anti-large. I mean, it's a good counter, and I think if you go to Kitty, I might still go Law of Neakara just for the like anti-large that you can give your cats so that they can fight back against against big monsters because they don't have the best stats necessarily. So if you want them to make good contact on dinos, it's good to have the anti-large option. They don't have it. Carrions fighting tic-tac-toe and losing. So yeah, I mean, this is looking dire for Samurai.
Yeah, I mean, some strong plays initially in some places here and there where it looks like it could have gone either way, but now it just looks like Cetra's isolated. The Skeleton Horse Archers who were supporting him are completely gone. And we're going to be seeing a GG from there and a 2-0 lead for Felkon, bringing him to match point.
Yeah,
Testified.
also hello, Bobo. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're not as tired as you used to. You got your rest.
Man, the mash is beginning. And
Yeah.
the Lizardmen are just piling in more and more in the balanced power. There it goes.
Yeah, there was no way at the end.
No, that was a pretty convincing win after the first stage of the battle. Sorry, what was
Kelida would have carried. Kelida would have carried.
that? Of course she would have.
Yeah, a really good beat from Felkon.
Indeed, and I mean, I have to say, it's like Lich Priest of Death. Yeah, I mean, Cetra. I'm not sure if that would have made a huge difference or not, or how much money you saved by bringing the Tomb King instead of Cetra. I mean, do you happen to know that, puppy? Was that Tomb King main?
I actually only bring Kelida, so I can't help you there.
You're a purist, a Kalida purist.
Yeah, I'm not joking. I never bring anybody else. But no. Sometimes I bring DJ Catep on his DJ booth, but that's all. Yeah, Bush Aptis would have done the job. Yeah, I think the idea that the kitties could fight back against dinos is I really think kitties, if they don't have their anti-large bonus with a spell or something, they will suffer. Also, I mean, Cetra has his also one thing. If you don't want to bring that, you can bring. I mean, if you bring Cetra, you could bring Cetra without spell, but with his blade that debuffs the enemy large at least.
Mm-hmm. No, and it, like, I'm with you too. Where it's just like, to me, Cetra, it's like I'm trying to wrap my head around like how much money you possibly could have saved to not want like Naru's Incantation of Protection or something like those spells that to me just like first of all the passive for Nekar he heals obviously, and then you have that like ward save constantly. It will really help the single entity combat.
44% physical resist could have been really useful there. For example, you could cast it on your Necrotech, and you wouldn't have been bullied as much by the
Yeah.
Manticore or the Stegodons.
I mean, that's almost half of the damage coming in negated. So it's something that, and not to mention it heals them too, because the passive gives the heal. So Necrotect getting a little bit of HP here and there every time he's getting that Naru's Incantation of Protection. But once again, just not seeing a super strong missile game from the Tomb Kings.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think they were okay because of the abundance of carrions. I think that's the reason they were comfortable not going heavy on the missiles, is because of that mobility.
And I mean, the Pterodons, I mean, they got some value, but they didn't. I mean, the carrions still stopped them from a lot of what they could have done. Yeah, casting anti-large on kitties is good. Yeah, that's why I think, like, when you bring 2 kitties, that's such an investment that I'd always try to make them as powerful. Like, they already cost almost half your army by themselves. So if you invest in it half your army, don't like half-ass it. Bring Cetra instead of the Tomb King, and bring the spells to give them more physical resist and anti-large also, and some
Yeah, agreed. But I mean, nonetheless, he's been putting up some good fights. We'll see what happens here. I mean, last week we had a 3-0 victory with Inticity defeating Chief. So we'll see if Felkon can do something similar. But I don't know about you. I'm always hoping for, a comeback here a little bit. So
I'm hoping for a five match game, okay?
Every time. All day, every day.
Britannia against Empire. Maybe? Yeah, Britannia against Empire, probably.
What else are Empire?
I'll go Empire. I don't know Wood Elves, so I just know they are good. So for the Empire, you have a front line of spearmen with shield, 4 of them. You have 2 units of pistoliers, a lot of cav, because Wood Elf, they used to, and I think to an extent they still kind of struggle a bit more against a lot of heavy cav. So you have 4 Knights of the Blazing Sun and 1 Empire Knights, and 2 units of Flagellants, 1 unit of Halberdiers, and Summon, Manticore, and Flock of Doom, Ember Wizard, and finally a General of the Empire. Okay, that's something. General of the Empire with why go for the generic lord? Is that the meta? General of the Empire with Charm Shield. That can give it like some resistance against Arch of Fire for a while, and Stand Your Ground.
This is interesting. Yeah.
Chinese, right?
I do know in the Chinese meta, I think generic lords do have a stronger presence. I might be talking out my ass there, but I want to say that's a thing. But
Okay, because that's kind of weird.
it is interesting that it's different from what I'm used to, no doubt. And for the Empires, we're going to see a more traditional build of the legendary lord known as Orion, leading 3 Way Watchers here. We're going to have the Great Stag Knights in the far left flank, vanguarded into the forest. We also are going to be looking at Glade Riders with spears. Looks like just a single unit of them from what I see. We're going to have Sister of Thorn, and then Eternal Guard with shields, making up 5 units. And will be the core infantry here, obviously. Other than that, Spellsinger of Life with Earthblood on top of a steed. And I think that rounds out the Wood Elves. Orion will have the Hounds of Orion.
Yeah.
Horn of the Wild Hunt. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, there was a Flock of Doom at the beginning, which is interesting because I would tend to not use Flock of Doom at the beginning because you want to get the magic for your Manticore summon as soon as possible. But I guess there is some reasons to not do it. Also, the Waywatch of Fire has been punishing the Empire Cav so much already. Like two units of Knights of the Blazing Sun are. I mean, one of them is almost routing, the other has already taken a lot of damage. The Great Stag Knights, however, have been massacred by the Pistolier fire with Knights of the Blazing Sun. I mean, that's engagement for the Empire.
I mean, still have 16 models, but yeah, the damage output has been insane. The Pistoliers look like they masterfully baited. I had to be careful how I pronounce that. Masterfully baited the Great Stag Knights into a position where the Knights of the Blazing Sun were able to get a nice countercharge, and the Pistoliers just started filling them full of lead. Meanwhile, in the frontline engagements, you know, the Way Watchers are trying to get rushed, but so far is still very healthy on both HP and ammunition. And you have the Eternal Guard pushing forward.
The Empire, which I made kind of fun of, has been slapping the Spellsinger of like something brutal. And I mean, she can't escape really. Now she's fighting against Halberd and she's on the verge of breaking. If she's gonna hurt herself and shield of Thorn, she'll be fine. But that was a lot of magic actually used just to save herself. So that magic that won't be there later in the game to save the Sisters of Thorns or something.
I'll need to check the pricing, but I do think like just as far as like having a lord who's there to snipe magic casters, like a General of the Empire is probably a very cost-effective way to go about it. And relatively tanky with that ward save that he can pop, especially with how slippery he is on the Pegasus. But over here in the forest, does it look like the Empire is just losing everything to the Sisters of Thorn and Orion?
Yeah, I mean, the Pistoliers charged the Sisters of Thorns in the forest where they have a malus and they have a bonus. They are also way better melee combatants. So that was maybe that was just to keep them back there long enough for the Knights of the Blazing Sun to be able to join the battle. That might be it. Also, still no Manticore? Yeah, still no Manticore. That's interesting. Another Flock of Doom, however. The Sisters of Thorn still alive, while the Knights of the Blazing Sun, I mean, there is only one left. They have been taking so much damage from the Way Watcher, a great focus fire from Felkon, going after the good units. Oh, there is one of them surviving in the back line. that is at half HP, so that's decent. But besides that, I mean, the Watchers still have half of their ammunition.
No, they have been decimating, and now I think we're going to see the General Vampire get focus fired out of existence. I mean, we'll see if he can dodge or
Yeah.
not, but yeah, at this point, I would just recommend he run away as quickly as he can.
Yeah, no, definitely. And now the Knights of the Blazing Sun are trying to come back to go after the Watchers, but they're probably gonna get broken before they even make contact. So the General of the Empire is poisoned, so he's gonna not be able to escape. The Spellsinger, okay, how the roles are reversed. Now it's the General of the Empire desperately trying to avoid the Spellsinger.
I know, it's,
Hitting him in the back sometimes.
I mean, and yeah, I mean, there's some spearmen trying to rout the Waywatchers, but there's still 2 Waywatchers just opening fire, and the Knights of Blazing Sun are just getting slaughtered. And the General of the Empire is now going to have to go try and save the Amber Wizard, who's gone, and this is just looking like Felkon once again demonstrating some very high-level play.
Very convincing indeed, yeah. And no Manticores, I still think that, like, if you want to just spam Flock of Doom, I think you have other spells of, like, if you just want a cheap spell to spam, I think there is better than Flock of Doom. Like, if you don't want the Manticores, I wouldn't go Amber without.
I mean, we saw one of the Manticores, but not the second one, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Wait, where was the Manticore?
There was a Manticore that... Am I misremembering? I want to say...
I didn't see it.
You might be right then. I'm trying to think. Chat, was there a Manticore? Am I thinking of a different battle? Am I tired? Time for, yeah. Iron Thunder, you called it so well there. Time to sit and wait for Falcon's inevitable DM about Bloodfire Falls.
But look at the damage on the Waywatchers and Orion. I mean, they have been carrying. The Great Stag Knights were in a bad engagement. And the Thief Sword of Thorns at the end, I mean, there was the last unit of cav left, and they just shredded everything to give more time to the Waywatchers to finish their job.
Yep, it
That's
was...
great.
Yeah, the Empire just got bad engagements there, and the Waywatcher play was just on point, so... I mean, I'm really happy, though, and got to see Han Samurai. It's been a while for a while, same with Heisei, and just, like, see different off-meta builds today. At least we can say that, right? Like, it was definitely interesting.
All Knights of the Blazing Sun would be legal? It's legal now. Yeah, I think it's legal. No Manticore, okay. And it's not, no, because the Manticore was, and Mercurial. The Manticore was on the Empire side, if it came. So then it would have been a Manticore and not an Eagle.
Yep. And sorry, maximum 4 Knights of the Blazing Sun, so yeah, that's fine.
Mercurial, as usual, you arrive just as the stream ends.
Oh.
That's really your curse, Mercurial. I'm sorry.
I mean, at least you have a whole replay to watch, and you can skip over any long-winded banter that Happy Puppy and I engage in today.
And last update it went legal, okay. Streamer free for all? I mean, I can keep going. Like, I don't care. Do you do something?
I would love to, but I do gotta go because I gotta take over the daughter duty. But I have to say, it was an absolute pleasure, and if you keep on streaming, everybody in the chat, you should go there. You can even rate it.
Wait, am I streaming? You know what? Sure. No, wait. Give me a second.
It's gonna be like, remember. What, 8 hours for you?
So it's been 5, almost 7 at this point. Yeah, almost 7 hours of streaming now. Do I want... do I need to do something tomorrow? It's Sunday. Need to see some friends. Okay. Memers in chat, react now. Do some people want to face me?
Of course they do. Look at this. Your streaming endurance is commendable. Everybody's saying yes. And of course, you're welcome for the tournament, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And a big congratulations to Felkon, by the way. Gotta say that for sure.
Give me a second. So you rate me, HW? That way
Yes, I can raid you. How do I
I-
do that though?
I'm launching my game. Okay, well, sure, let's go. You know what?
Let's do it.
You know what? After several 7 hours of streaming, guys, come get your victories.
Oh yeah, that's
Uh,
what she said to me, and then she won. So watch out, guys. She's a shark.
yeah. HW, it was really a pleasure co-casting with you.
No, of course. I'm like, thank you so much again for doing it. It's been, yeah, it went well, I would say, and say, I think the chat agrees. I hope they agree. But yeah, I would love to do it again in the future. So definitely feel free to shoot me an invite to one of yours, and I will be shooting you an invite to one of the upcoming ones as well.
Definitely. Okay, well, have a good time. I'm launching my stream just now. I'm just changing the name up. What's the name of my stream? Facing viewers. Oh,
Whoop,
there
whoop.
you go. Confirm and go live. And
Boom.
I'm there. Beam. I'm launching the music. Colin
Happy
Felkon.
puppy.
Up multiplayer. Puppy versus viewers. Up there you go. Password is 123. If people want to jump in, they can. Up.
Yeah, no. So you got that. I'm getting the raid ready to go here. And Black Knight, or sorry, Mercurial, do not worry. We will be back at it again in the future. And there'll be this whole replay on Twitch, and then there'll also be replays of us co-casting throughout the following week as I upload them to YouTube. So,
Sorry, Iron Thunder. I will vacate that chat. It's just that I didn't have the authorization to go to the streaming channel. Okay, that's why I ended up here. But I will vacate your VC on your Discord, Iron Thunder.
why is it not letting me find you to raid? What's happening?
Oh God, Reginald is already here. Hello. Okay, starting with
Happy. It's 1P, right?
yeah, 1P for both. Happy Pappy.
I'm even a follower of you. I think I give you a
Wait,
subscription.
can you
What?
if you go to my okay, so if you click on follow channels
Uh huh.
on the side of your Twitch, you should be able to click me.
If I click on follow channels.
Like if you go on your Twitch, okay,
Uh huh.
and you click on follow, you should see the streamers that are right now streaming that are on your follow list.
Mm-hmm.
You click on me if you follow me, which I think you do, and
I
then you'll
definitely.
host me. It works like a raid.
There we go. All right,
It's
found
like
it.
a raid.
Oh, and I can hear you talking. All right, everybody. I love you all. Thank you all so much for your support. Happy Puppy, once again, not to be dead horse. Thank you so much for joining. It was a pleasure. Thank you to the players. A huge congratulations to Felkon. And Happy, anything you would like to say before I start this raid and sign off for the day?
Well, it was a great tournament. I've been playing that tournament quite a lot, and now I can finally co-cast it. I honestly, I'm not saying it to like be polite. I'd really love to be back one day. Okay, so we'll keep the DMs open.
Yes, I definitely will. And yes. Sorry,
Thank you
continue.
so
I keep
much,
interrupting.
beauties. We love you. Okay, and Falcon, you're the best.
Falcon, I know you're biased because he is your clan leader, but he
You
truly
also
is
slapped
just
me very hard today, so.
well. We'll have to play some matches. We'll continue to co-cast. And Happy, once again, thank you. And everybody in the chat, get ready for a raid. And I'm gonna go relax and take care of business. So take care, everybody. And here we go. Where's the button to do it? Oh, I do it. Wait, what?
Bye
Bye bye. Wait, how did you say I do this raid? I'm
bye. Okay, no,
old
okay.
and senile.
Okay, okay, so you do, okay, I'm gonna type it for you, okay?
All
I'm
right,
gonna type it for you in your chat. Okay,
do it.
/Ray Happy Puppy. That's my name, right? What's my name?
Happy
Yeah.
puppy.
Oh, I don't have permission to type it. Okay, /raid Oh god, I can't do it.
Oh, wait, no. Now it shows you in the channels I can raid. It shows you twice, in fact, which is weird. So, everybody, my son HW, gonna start a raid right now, and here it goes in 3, 2, 1. Did it work? All right, everybody, get ready. Got 37 viewers, 47, 61, 68 ready, 69, 71, 75, 77. Come on, people, join in that raid. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody, take care of yourself. My son HW signing out, and I'll see you on the battlefield. Bye.
Hello, I'm here. Oh my god, hello everybody. Wow, where do you all come from? That's such a surprise. I'm shocked. Hello. We be raiding, yeah. Oh my god, HW, thank you so much for the raid, and thank you for the follow, City of Dolls.